Mike is a champion of every pin. Don't even think of challenging him. Watch his power shots and post pass as he kicks you in the ass. Pinball shenanigans, I can't resist. YouTube channel, don't wanna miss. We got crazy garage fiction pins and things. Hey, what are you guys still doing here? I told you the last episode was the final episode. You still lurking down here in my basement? You guys are creeps. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, well, since you're down here lurking around, I may as well show you another thing or two that's been going down with the Quicksilver. So I'll be happy to let you know. I got one thing done off of my to-do list. Adjust pop bumper switches. They were just not being the most sensitive, and I thought I had adjusted them nice and tight and close as possible. Sea hair tight, I'm telling you. But upon closer examination, they could have afforded to get tightened up a little bit more, and since doing that, they are nice and snappy and poppy now, so I'm so very pleased about that. So that is off the to-do list, and you know what? Let's I'll even prove it to you. Watch it screw up now. Oh yeah, see that? Boom. Perfect friggin' example right there. Okay, now on to the drop targets. As you can see, it screwed up yet again. But check this out. I took a video and I caught this drop target in the act, and I played the video back in super slow motion, and I'll play that for you. But what is happening is that this drop target, when it jumps up, is actually clipping this target and causing it to fall down. There's no way you'll see it in real time, but trust me, that I would have never believed it till I seen it with my own eyeballs. I don't know exactly how I'm going to fix that, but I'm going to tighten this spring at the very least. But yeah, watch this video. You'll see this guy bonk into this guy and actually knock him down. Little bugger. Final drop target, slow motion test, take 80,000. Okay, and as for the original MPU here, with the new Quicksilver ROMs, in the last episode, literally last episode, but not really, because this is your bonus content, I tried to install this original MPU in place of the new I was going to say Alltech, but Weebly MPU, and it wasn't booting up. So I thought maybe one of these display ROMs was bad. But I even just kind of said in the previous video, like, oh, I wonder if there's jumpers or something that I need to do. Maybe that's the issue. And so I reached out to Davis Still, and he said, are the original ROMs that were in there, are they EPROMs? And I said, no. I am using the original Meteor ROMs. EPROMs are microchips that have windows in them. That one does not, but there's a window there, and it's covered up so it doesn't lose the information. So these, I guess, are proms. These are EPROMs. And when you're switching from proms to EPROMs, guess what you got to do? Change a whole bunch of jumpers. So that is, in fact, what it is that I need to do. And I wonder if I still have it pulled up on my little laptop here. Yeah, check that out. Hey, are you supposed to shut off and then I'm supposed to have to enter in my password? You're not doing your job very well there, laptop. So Dave pointed me in this direction here. This is Pin Wiki. Oh, hi, honey. Are you doing laundry?
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
No Kleenex this time.
Yeah, don't wash any Kleenex like last night. So check this out. I need to do all these jumpers. 2 to 5, 5 to 7, 9 to 10, etc. There's a lot of them. And all the other jumpers that are not mentioned, I need to cut them. Because the type of chips are 2716s apparently. There's 4 of those. The Meteor ones were 4 9316s. And then it looks like there's a combination of the two, various different combos for various different jumpers. So I got to do some jumpering. And then I have over here in this box from my buddy old pal Bigfoot Bruce. No, in this box here. In this bag here. Can't remember if I showed this or not. This little handy dandy device here. Does it say? Yeah, look at that. Stern MPU 200. This is anti-flicker solution for the LEDs. So I believe I have to remove U11, honey. Where's U11? It's U14, U13, U11. No, it can't be that. That ain't gonna fit. Maybe it's... I'll have to go to the LISY website. This is a LISY product. Does it say on there anywhere? It doesn't really say LISY. LISY. So I got to remove one of these chips. Plug this into that spot, and then I guess I have to reuse this chip and plug it in here. Is that true? If so, like, there's no way I can remove that chip without screwing it up. Anyway, obviously, I've got some investigating to be doing, but that's the theory on this anyway. So maybe I'm gonna need a new chip. I don't know. Anyway, I need my LEDs to not flicker, and I'm gonna try that for the first time. So that is also going to happen. I sent a message to Upkick Pinball. It said, hey, I haven't got my apron cards yet. And I thought they were coming from Europe or something, but this is not the case. They were coming from Texas, so it's been over a month, and they happily just sent me a new set in the mail today, I guess. So hopefully I'll have those within, probably going to take a couple weeks, but that'll be like the final touch. So hopefully they come in soon. Oh yeah, and I made a post on Pinside about the, you know, spelling Quicksilver. When you spell Quicksilver on this game, and when you drain after doing so, you're supposed to get a cool, like, little animation and sound, and I don't know, someone referred to it as a siren on the Pinsides. And I was trying to do that in the last episode. Spelt Quicksilver, I drained, but I got nothing. But I guess the part of the equation that I wasn't factoring in, you need to get the bonus to 5x as well. So I think that's literally basically just getting max bonus Meltdown. So look at this, Quicksilver. I think that's how you max that out, is getting all the letters, then the drop targets down, like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. If you do all that in one ball and then drain, then you get the fun siren animation-y thing. And then you got all these general illumination lights doing a little fun dance. And, you know, before the end of this video, we'll have to try that out. Oh yeah, one little side note that I kind of noticed after installing the spinner is that, you know, I didn't really love this red colored drop target in between the two yellows. Well, I think it actually looks pretty cool once you kind of pair it up with the spinner, so I can absolutely live with that. At first I was like, oh, it needs to go to yellow to match the others, but you know what? That's actually pretty cool this way. I'm totally okay with that. All right, I'm gonna attempt to reorient all of these jumpers, and I feel like there's a very high percentage that I will screw it up. There's just so many friggin' jumpers, and I don't know, you gotta get it freaking perfectly, or else you got one jumper wrong, then it ain't gonna work. So I've got to note all of the jumpers that aren't mentioned, like 1 to 2, okay? Then I gotta go and find, so it's basically, here it is, E1 and E2. E1 connects to the leg bone, E1 goes to E5, E2 goes to E6. So yeah, like, what does that mean? Do I need to clip both those? Do I just... Let's see. We got 2 is supposed to connect to 3. Okay? So I guess I snip E1 and then I connect this guy, E2, where are you? To E3 here. You know what I mean? I guess that's what that means. So, I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and do all that. Go down the list. And when I screw this up and I throw my hands in the air and I've spent 5 hours on it and I get frustrated, I will send out this board to Brent and have him go over it and fix all my mistakes and make sure it's bulletproofed. Alright, so let the games begin. You know, snip this guy right here. And now if I want to move E2 over to E3, I'm just going to snip the leg here. And I can just reuse this guy. I'll just get my solder pump, clear out that solder, bend this into place, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, I'll bring you along for the jumper ride for the first one anyway. And then I won't, and then I'll spare you 5, 7, 9, 10, 13, 14, 16, 18, 19, 21, 23 to 25, 27 to 28, 29 to 30, 32 to 33, and 34 to 35. I'll spare you those guys. Because once you've seen one jump, you've seen them all, as the saying goes. Alright. Before you remove solder, you add solder. It's the word on the street. Then get your pump ready to go. Make sure it's cleared out. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Oh, it looks like that might have actually worked. Yeah, look at that. Wait, I gotta look to see if I can see light through it. I can. I see the light. Now, I have to try and bend this into the hole. Can you see? Try and be a good videographer while doing this. And I don't know, that might be in, that might not be. This is actually, no, that's not in. How leppy can one get? I need to up my prescription on my glasses. Hey, look at that. Actually, it's pretty friggin' sweet. Okay. Now, add a little solder. And E2 to E3. My first cut, my first jump. So it's actually not so bad. All right, just got to do that 47 more times and then I will report back. All right, I did all the jump ring that I could do and I think I am actually successful. So there's E1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I just added a little wire for the E5 to E7 jumper and soldered on the back side of that one because it didn't have a wire that I could just bend into place. But E4, 5, 6, 7 kind of goes down like this. Oh, there's 9 and 10. 8 should be around there somewhere, yep. That red wire was already installed, so I just reused that. 19, 20, 21. 13, 14, there's 12, E17, 16, 17, there's E11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And I just need 13 to 14, right? 13 to 14. Double check your work. Then we got some more stuff over here. And some more stuff over here. Anyway, you get the idea. I actually think that, you know, it went smooth. That solder, that wire's so old it didn't take to solder very well. Maybe I will replace that jumper just because, I don't know, it does feel like it's on there pretty good. But that just solder blob that leaked from the backside when I was trying to get it to take, but it should be fine. If I do have any issue with anything, I'll just quadruple check every single jumper. But now I'm gonna look into this thing here. Shall we read this together? It says Bally LED anti-flicker solution. When using LEDs instead of standard bulbs within Bally pinballs, the LEDs are known to flicker. The usual solution to that is to solder an additional resistor to each LED or use special LEDs which do have this resistor included. Oh yeah, like anti-ghosting LEDs. I never really find that those things work. The solution is using a cheap PIC. If you don't have a PIC programmer, blah blah blah. That's if you want to build the board yourself. When using my LISY 35 or Bally FA replacement MPUs, this solution is already included. Oh, right, yeah, but I can't use the LISY MPU because I couldn't find any Quicksilver sound wave files because you need that. And Bigfoot Bruce offered that if I were to record all the sounds of my Quicksilver and send them to him, that he would have created those wave files for me and sent them back to me, where I could have programmed them into the LISY MPU. But I didn't know if that was going to be an ideal solution, so we're going OG. So we need this thing. What do I got to do? They will be placed at the original location of U14. U14. Where's U14? U13. U14. Well, you son of a... That means I got to remove that chip. And then I got to probably install one of these chips in this spot here. That's what I'm guessing. Let's read on, shall we? Okay, U14, set the jumper. So there's this jumper here. There's an A position and a B position. Set the jumper position A to activate the module. With the B position, the module is deactivated in case you do not want to use LEDs anymore. In addition to the PCB, you will need the pick 2 adapter strips, blah, blah, blah. You need to desolder U14, which is a 4049B. Replace it with an IC socket. The anti-flicker module will be placed as a piggyback PCB in the socket and reuse the original U14. You think I can desolder an IC chip without destroying it? Man, you don't know the lep of it all. Wow, okay. I'm going to need to probably try and track down a 4049B and see if I have one. It's a long shot, but you never know. Someone has one. Corey probably has one. And so did you know that there's Gerber data that is different for, let's try and read that in English. Gerber data for different PCBs. So you got your Bally-35, your 6802 Stern 100s, but you got your special Stern MPU 200. Fortunately, mine says Stern MPU 200 right on it, so I'm guessing my Gerber information is okay. Pick hex code, that's Chinese to me. And here's LEDs without anti-flicker. Yeah, we know that all too well. And now, with the anti-flicker solution, yeah, that's better. Okay. Oh, here's some more Chinese. And it's in Dutch or something, German. Let's try and say that one. You go ahead first. Schaltspanning, Hailstorm, Thyristor Canalini. That's fun. Okay, so, yeah, that's what I gotta do, apparently. Okay, so I made a post on Pinball Repair Help Group about the compatibility of this board. And a couple people have said that, well, this chip and the chip that they mentioned on the LISY site are very different. So I also sent an email to LISY directly to see what he says. So just kind of on hold on that. And in the meanwhile, I did a few tweaks. The lane guide general illumination bulbs were being a little bit flickery, so I soldered the barrel to the base on all of them, and also did the wire mod to the butt of them. I had already did 4 out of the 5. I missed one, so I just did the other one. So all the sockets are now fully modded, and so far they look good. I pushed on them with the little screwdriver just to see if they flicker, but they seem okay. And as for the drop targets, I shortened this spring and retested, and it knocked down in short order. So I shortened it a little bit more, and I also shortened this guy just so it doesn't stray as much. So I tightened him up a bit. Played probably like a good solid 10 times, reset the bank like 30 times, and only once did a drop target fall back down, and it was this guy of all guys. But I'm at the point where I'm thinking I'm pretty good, so I'm just going to leave that be. So I think my drop targets are now happy. And another couple tweaks. Well, I did a little bit more green touch-ups right in the crack mainly. There was some white spots there that was bugging me. Oh, I got this stupid light on. Turn that off. And this saucer was being deadly and kicking the ball pretty much down the middle 50% of the time. So I bent the metal kicker arm out a little bit to the left and that seems to have helped. Then the last tweak I did is a couple times the ball would kick out and just kind of get stuck right there. Now, it hasn't happened since, but I just removed the apron and then I bent this metal piece down a bit to help it, make its way out. So just the minor little tweaks and adjustments going on now. And now I have to just work on that anti-flicker board, install the MPU. Oh, and by the way, about 5 minutes ago, maybe 10, I just closed a deal for a Jurassic Park Pro. Oh, yeah. Okay, a day or two has passed, and a couple good things have happened in the interim regarding this anti-flicker solution. I posted on Pinball Repair Help Group. I didn't quite get a definitive answer. I did learn that there was a dedicated LISY thread on Pinside, so I also posted there. I didn't get any reply. It's a very, very specific thing that not a lot of people have experience with. I thought I might have a little better luck on the Pinside thread, but nothing since the last time I checked. But I did send an email to Ralph at LISY, and he got back to me this morning and said, yep, sorry, my website, is not very clear on that, but literally just remove this chip, stick it in this socket, boom, away you go. Kind of what we were expecting needed to happen. But before I went ahead and started removing chips, I wanted to know for sure. So there's going to be our anti-flicker solution. I know exactly what to do now. And also, my order that I thought was lost in the mail came in from Upkick Pinball. A month had passed, and I got nothing. And I was like, I'll give it another few days. I'll let you know if I get anything by Friday. Friday came, and they're like, did you get anything? And I was like, no, I didn't, sadly. So I guess maybe it's time to send another set of apron cards. Well, guess what? Monday morning rolls around, and sure enough, here we go. We've got our custom Quicksilver apron cards. And looks like we've got a list of all the other cards that they can do. So that's pretty cool. What do they got? Lots of Stern stuff. I see a 9-ball and actually that's the only Stern game I see so far. But lots of Bally, Williams, a little bit of everything, even game plan there. Sharpshooter 1 and 2. So for all of your custom apron card needs, you can check out some Upkick. And also don't forget about, what's his name? The other guy I use on eBay. John G. Don't forget about him as well. Anyway, what do you want to do first? This is fun and exciting. This is a little scary and treacherous. Let's do scary and treacherous first. Okay, this is like an epic potential milestone for me with, some picks, magnifying glass, other magnifying glass, soldering station, solder, desoldering pump, and my Hacko desoldering iron, which I didn't really use all that much, and some flux and a screwdriver. I think I have finally, after a good solid half an hour, maybe at least 20 minutes, I might have removed this chip without any damage. But let's take a look here. I don't think I see any screwed up traces on this side. It did fight me, like it's 40-year-old friggin' board here. That looks pretty... Excuse me. That's my Diet Coke kicking in. Just had my first sip. Okay, that reminds me, I gotta clean up my flux. Now let's see, how did these legs hold up? I didn't break any legs. I wasn't about to like film this whole process because I knew it was going to take me forever, which it did. And I don't know. Bottom line though is that I wasn't so sure I was going to be able to pull out that chip without screwing things up. But I think we're okay. So I'm going to clean up my flux and stick in this little anti-flicker board. All right, there it is. First LISY board installed in my life. And I have to say, I think I did a pretty fine job. Oh shit, now that I look closer. Did I? Yeah, I'd say that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna stick in this board and hope that all my jumpers worked and the board actually boots up. Then if it does, we want to see what the code is all about with the target sweep action and the spinner count action. And we want to see if our flickering is stopped. I moved the jumper to the A position. That's what you got to do. So, all right, this is a big test. I'm going to stick this in and see what happens. All right, board is installed. So remember last time that LED would just lock on and I got nothing. So let's see if we can do better this time. That's a bong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, I cannot believe that actually worked. I mean, I shouldn't speak too soon because we don't have a tracked mode. What happened? We got 7 bongs. That means in theory we should have been booted up. We've got displays. Okay. Let's hit start, see what happens. Let's throw a ball in here. I doubt that has anything to do with anything. What happens if I do this? Ooh, nothing. Okay, well, I'm not all that surprised that there is some sort of issue. We do know that this board it booted up perfectly fine with the Meteor ROMs in it. So either a jumper is bad, a ROM is still bad, or something I did with the LISY board is messing things up. But you know, if I don't resolve this in short order, then I'm probably just going to have to stick in the new board and just leave it as that, and you know, maybe send out this board to Brent. But for the purposes of this episode, because this is going to be the grand finale for sure, so if I can't resolve this in mere minutes, then the new board's going in and we are moving on. Okay, I got the new MPU back in the machine, powered it up, and it didn't boot up. Turns out I had my ribbon cables on backwards for the soundboard, so another crisis averted. So that was a bust. So I may send that board out to Brent. We can be assured that I can't screw this one up. Let's install these custom apron cards. See how well they fit. I'd say that fits pretty darn good. Yeah, look at that. That's much better. I'd say the green is a little lighter than the rest of the playfield. Could afford to be a little darker, but what do I know about color matching? Yeah. And yeah, there we go. Game was designed by Joe Jews Jr. I wonder what other games he did. But he was definitely a fan of heavy metal. Anyway, I mean heavy metal, the comic. You know, maybe he was a fan of heavy metal too, but definitely borrowed the art from the heavy metal magazine, which is pretty friggin' awesome. Minus the penises. Hey look, I was just actually trying to take a gallery photo or thumbnail photo. I'm like, oh, you know, take a photo of the chick with the art, and I'm like, well, it almost looks like she has a penis. And then I noticed, hey, it's a little bit of an Easter egg here. We got the autograph of Joseph Jews Jr. right there. Okay, I'm gonna do two things before I wrap up this video. One is we're gonna see if we can get the fancy Meltdown show by spelling Quicksilver and getting max bonus. I'm gonna just do that by hand so we can just get it over and done with, but it's just to see if it actually works. And then I'm gonna read the comments from the last episode, which was supposed to be the last episode, but now I can read those comments. And so whatever comments you comment on this video probably won't get carried over to the next series, but I would definitely check them all out. I reply to most, and I like them all, so keep them coming. So let's spell Quicksilver. WTF. What? I don't know what that was all about. I wasn't pressing the switch hard enough, apparently. You can't really see that from this angle, but Quicksilver 2x 3x. These sound effects are awesome. 4x 5x. That's it. We've got max bonus. Let's see if we get the light show. That was it. That's the siren. And I don't know if you noticed, but as it was sirening, the lane guides were... How friggin' cool is that? That is pretty epic. Good job, Joju. Oh yeah, remember I said that I made a deal for Jurassic Park Pro? Well, that was supposed to come today. I made an offer. It was advertised. The guy reached out to me, said, "Do you want this machine?" I said, "Would you take this offer?" We went back and forth for a little while, and eventually he said, "Mike, you have a deal." And I said, "Okay, great. I'm going to have my buddy Dave Still pick it up on Monday morning at 8:30, and Dave was supposed to have already been here, come and gone with my new Jurassic Park Pro. But later that night, I don't know what time, I saw the message in the morning. It said, "Hey Mike, sorry to do this to you." You know how that goes. Someone else offered me more money, so I'm going to take more money and hope you understand. And I said, well, when I say we have a deal, that means we have a deal. Not we have a deal unless someone offers me more money before you pick it up type thing. So I expressed that I was disappointed in that, and I never heard back again. So if you were thinking, oh, I wonder what the next series might be, he did mention something about a Jurassic Park Pro earlier. Well, that ain't happening, sadly. All right, let's see what all you lepers out there have to say. I had Alex Stagger at the last Forked River little tournament we had a week ago and a bit. He's like, what is can you explain to me what this lep stuff is all about? I don't know what you're talking about. So I gave him the explanation and told him, if you do as I do, then you are also a leper, and he found that very amusing. Anyway, let's go to J. Woody Pinball. He says, "Did you break up with John G? Thought he was your lead apron card guru." You know what? John G just didn't have Quicksilver, so nope, me and Johnny G are still good buddies, and I will use him every chance I get. I've gone through a few people, though. My good old buddy Henry Mastinardi, he was our apron card guy for a while. He was phenomenal, but he just ran out of time. He was local, too, and I still have some Henry M. apron cards in my stash because he brought me a whole whack load once. All right, Lauren Lee Ruzik says, nice hoodie. Hope to see you at Yegpin this May. Ah, well, guess what? You shall. I just got an email from Derek. There's a few of us going a bit early. We're going to do a little bit of volunteering. And we are going. We are there. We are in. And we will definitely see you there. So I'm looking forward to that. Max Rockatansky. There we go. Hey, Mike, where does Kevin get his cabinet decals? I have a Whirlwind that I'm restoring and need to restore the cabinet. I think Retro Refurb seems to be his go-to source. So, and let's see, he's done at least 2 Whirlwinds that I can count. And I think they were both mine. My Earth, Wind, and Fire project. Yeah, check that one out if you haven't already. But yeah, I think Retro Refurbs is the main source there. Oh, I got to click on these or else I will lose track. We got Smitty says, great series. I had guessed 14 episodes for Slow Silver. Oh, you nailed that on the head. You had a lot of extra work in this series with just about every part on the machine needing attention, fun watching and learning. Viagra those pops. Oh, I did, buddy. So they are good now. Love your channel for what you do between Kevin and Dutch's arcade and restoration videos, your trips to tournaments, and of course your basement games room. Take care, my friend. By the way, I'm still waiting for the effect at the end of the ball or game. Haha, well, you just saw it, my friend, so I hope you enjoy. Thanks for the kind words and the support. Click. KJW648 says, go on and swap the select display pins. It will only take a couple minutes and you'll remember to do it the next time you have that problem. Oh man, I know. It would take me a minute to do that and then I will know for sure whether that's all it would have taken. So, yeah, I went the way of the lep. We got Outer Orbit says, I voted for your brother. Oh, thanks, man. That is very much appreciated. Give you some love as well. Brian Haverson says, still waiting for the effect. Ah, well, guess what? You and Smitty have finally got what you were asking for. We got Mark Jackson says, there's nothing like building a pinball machine from the playfield to a finished game. The total didn't surprise me at all. I did similar with the Kings and Queens. I also kept track of what I spent to finish the project. It was slightly higher than $5,000 for a Kings and Queens. Wow. Your game turned out great, Mike. Just smack those pop bumpers into shape, and it's all just like a bot one. Oh yeah, it is a bot one. You just bought piece by piece. Very enjoyable series. Mike, how's Barry? Oh, well, you know what? That little rodent / runt / dude, I miss the guy. He lives next door, and it's winter, and he doesn't like to go outside in the winter so much. So I've seen him a couple times in the front window, and I've been tempted to just go to the front window and say hi to Barry. Jeffrey Nero says, hi, Mike. I dig you going through the comments posted on the last videos. It's a fun little detail for me. Your restoration videos are fun and informative. Thanks for them as they help many of us out. I also really enjoy going on your adventures. It's fun when you have to have your neighbor bringing the games down to the basement. Oh, Jay, the neighbor, he is clutch. I really like that your basement isn't all finished and super nice. That's lep for life, my friend. Like the upper echelon earners in Pinside. No offense to them at all, they earned it. I just identify more with your finding a deal, populating your cozy feeling game room basement. Reminds me of a garage gathering. I've taken a page from your book and have started racking random decorations up in my own basement. Yeah, nice. That is fun. I love doing that. I have a friggin' still probably 100 things that are laying around here that I need to stick up somewhere. Many thanks, as always. Keep up the positivity and fun. I wish you luck in all your endeavors. Well, thanks, Jeffrey. That is very kind words. Much appreciated. And to that, I say, that's very cool. It's always nice to hear that people are getting inspired by my work. Gotta love these AI-generated replies. Code says, thanks for the cost breakdown. For the full build, looks great. Machine looks like it'll stay there for a while. Yeah, I'll definitely be hanging on to it for a while. You know, no machine stays forever, but this is definitely one that's going to hang around for a bit. We got Renatower, I'm so sure I butchered that. Let's try and say that in English. Renato Worthium. That's probably more like it. He says, I meant the wires for the displays. You said something about like removing them, keep them there and then removing them. So I hope whatever you were suggesting I did, and we are all happy now. We got Big Mike. He says, sometimes you have to shake the machine and tell him who's boss. Another classic, Stern classic, along with Magic, Meteor, Alley, Dracula, Stars, Flight 2000, etc. Great job. You know, it's another good game, but it's super rare, and I wouldn't say underrated. I'd just say it's not out there enough to be rated highly. Stern 9-ball. I don't know about Stern's, one of its first games, Stern Pinball. Do you remember they came out with Stern Pinball? I don't know if I've ever played that. I wonder how that one is. But if you ever need like to order parts for that particular game, what are you going to Google? Stern Pinball part. Yeah, guess how many results you're going to get for that. And we've got SNEX time, which is Mr. Mark Valuk says, looks great, however, I am pushing for a new playfield. Oh, that ship is long sailed, my friend. But I think your repainting is great. Very mediocre. And maybe someday you can swap in a new playfield. That is always a possibility. And if so, you will have to stick around for another 20 episodes. So thanks for watching, everybody. See ya. Okay, check this out. This is totally a legit game. It's ball one. I got 800,000 points. I've got friggin' max bonus. You know what I forgot about max bonus? Is that if you hit the saucer, I think the saucer spots you a Quicksilver letter. So that was clutch. I maxed out my friggin' saucers. And, oh, I thought I needed 3 more drop targets to get my 5x, but I actually am there. I wonder if I clipped one, because what I did was I had my tripod like way over to the right. So I like hit the spinner on the left and then ran, grabbed the tripod, and then ran back to catch my ball. So I didn't think I had my 5x. I was certain I needed like another drop target or 2. So maybe when I ran away and came back in a panic, I must have potentially clipped that last drop target. So I was going to try and show me attempting and potentially, most likely, failing at collecting the last couple drop targets to get my siren and animation effect all legit. But it looks like I already got it in the bank. So, whoa. Well, let's at least try and get one more set of drop targets. Nope. To get my special for 100,000 points. But there it is. That was totally 100% legit glass on ball 1 max bonus meltdown on Quicksilver for the siren. Now that is how you end a series.